5 seconds. In my view, the objectives of education are three. Two of them relate to the life of the individual, and the third is concerned with his collective life. Its first objective is to enhance the power and capacity of reason of the individual given to him by nature. The reason is a gift made by nature to man at the time of his birth, but in its original form, its capacity and power are extremely limited. The education makes him reason so powerful and capable as to understand the nature of his own personality and that of the world around him, and while living in it, to direct his life in the right channel. The second objective of education is to train the senses of every individual human being as to enable him to employ them for satisfying all his physical and other needs. While knowledge is essential for proper employment of these organs, their practical training is also necessary for the same. The third purpose of education is to train the individual to enable him to live and work with his fellow beings. Whether a person likes it or not, he has to live in society. Collective life is inevitable, and it is also necessary that every individual should be fully conversant with the art of collective living. In the past, there was no necessity for an effort to achieve these three objectives or to maintain a balance of them. But today, it has become necessary to realize these objectives in his life. So, it is that in the past, people have been feeling in all parts of the world the urgent necessity for a fundamental change in the existing educational system. In our country, there has been no change in the sphere of education. People here have no doubt been thinking about this problem, but I am afraid that so far there has been no outward effect worth mentioning of such thinking. It is true that our educational institutions are fulfilling the first objective of education, but they are doing almost nothing to realize the other two objectives of education. We have hardly any educational institutions where an effort is sincerely made to make the individual efficient in manual work to enable him to earn by his own labor sufficient wealth to meet all his needs. The result is that even those of our graduates who are quite good at talking are now finding difficulty in making a place in life and often have to drink the bitter cup of failure. We are in need of a large number of skilled workers as compared to more scholars. We have to work right from now to realize these three objectives, and so we need today hundreds of thousands of skilled technicians. It is my sincere view that our educational institutions should now start laying more emphasis on technical skill. If this is done, much of the imbalance in educational system would disappear. There should be arrangements in universities for every kind of research, and practically there should be arrangements for that type of research which is related to problems of the region in which that university is situated. Our universities have not so far assumed this role in our lives, but I am convinced they cannot succeed and cannot be useful for our people without doing so. Dear friend, I am glad you asked me to advise about the opening of a bank account, and I will gladly give you all the help I can. I understand that you are now paid monthly by check and that you are wondering how to deal with it. When you approach the manager of the bank, he will inform you that there are two kinds of accounts, namely a deposit and a current account. The deposit account is for the person who wants to save. He pays his money into the bank and leave it there as long as he can and receives interest for doing so. The current account is quite different. It is used by those who have a sum of money in hand but who know that they will have to pay out at least a part of this sum. Since the sum in the current account is intended to be drawn at any moment and it cannot be used by the bank for any other purpose, the bank generally allows less interest on current account than on deposit account. You will find that making your payments by check will be safer and cheaper than other methods, but for small amounts of a few rupees, you could still use postal orders. The check plays an important part in business today. It would be difficult to pay money by post. Please give your family my kind regards. Yours faithfully.